we go. I think we may even have some introduction music for you. Here we go.
Heads up, it's time to catch another edition of the Sports Ball Moment with Eddie Winters and Barry the Stallion Streib.
There it is.
There you go, baby.
Yes,
listen, can I tell your audience one thing just to make sure that they know how valid I really am? I think 2 weeks ago I said that the Baltimore Orioles were only 1.5 games in front, and I said they win by 7 to 10 games, and everybody said, "Are you crazy?" I think they're up by 7, 8, and 9 games right now with a month to play.
How do you do it, Barry? How do you know? How do you know? You must have the biggest crystal ball sitting there right next to the beach. How do you know?
Well, some things you have to know because you have to look at the division and how when you deal with the American League East, you see the Red Sox and the Yankees spending all this money. You have to look for those sleeper teams who have a chance when they put guys like Andrew Miller in. When we grab a guy like Andrew Miller for nothing, he's going to become a free agent. But the Orioles know what they're doing. They finally, Peter Angelos got into the system as like the Tampa Bay Rays who getting scouting, doing scouting reports, hired a nice general manager, and so Dan Duquette, so they're right there now. They got somebody that he's not making decisions anymore, so they're leaving it up to baseball people.
I like it. And, Barry, we've got a few questions from some listeners, and we're going to run into them real quick. Steve, all the way from Baltimore, Maryland, writes, he said, the Vegas Sportsbook has the Steelers at 21 to 1 odds to win the Super Bowl. Now, this is football. We're switching over. Has 21 to 1 odds to win the Super Bowl. And the Ravens only 40 to 1. Do you think that's fair, Barry?
Well, it's no, because the Steelers should be 121 to 1, and the Ravens should be 120 to 1, because the way Seattle looks, I don't know if anybody's going to be able to beat them, and especially the way Peyton Manning's playing. You guys saw it firsthand how they're playing right now. I wouldn't think I'm really worried about my secondary as far as the Ravens. I think they're a little thin. They're a little banged up right now, but Ladarius Webb and Jimmy Smith will be back in the swing of things. But they're a little thin on the secondary, but I expect them to make some moves to deepen up the secondary. But they moved Nagata to defensive tackle. So they're sewing things up, and it was a 5-star preseason 5-star with the Ravens getting 1 point over Dallas. They have the worst defense in the world. How can anybody think Dallas is going to do anything?
Which brings us to our next question. Terry, all the way from Cockeysville, writes, when the Steelers are playing, the announcers always refer to Ben Roethlisberger as Ben and not Roethlisberger, like he's the friend who lives next door. Do you think that the media is biased towards the Steelers?
Oh, God, yeah, absolutely. They're biased toward Dallas, they're biased toward the Steelers, and, the Steelers travel very well, but, the Ravens are the team that they love to hate. They even said, Bob Ryan goes on and said the Ravens are irrelevant. So, but they just won it 2 years ago. How can it be irrelevant? They won 8-8 and with no offensive line. So, of course they're biased. They want those American teams, so-called American teams in there, but it doesn't matter. Seattle's not America's team, but guess what? They kicked everybody. He kicks Denver's butt. So, yeah, they're always biased. Don't pay attention. The less you believe those sports writers, because they have to write about something or they don't have a job. I'm an analyst. I tell it like it is, and I'm the greatest analyst that ever walked the face of this galaxy.
There it is.
None.
There it is. And Linda from Ocean City, Maryland writes, there was a 1,000-pound shark sighted off the coast of Ocean City last week. Any chance your old co-host, Dean Langro, was snorkeling? And also they ask, what's up with Bobby? They always love that name.
Yeah, they're still in Ocean City. I just gave the Ice Bucket Challenge to my ex-host's wife. And when we did the Ice Bucket Challenge, I got all the women, the big women of Ocean City, and I said, who takes longer to get ready? A guy just brushes his hair off. With women, they have to put their makeup on, and it takes them 2 hours. So I got them all good in there.
That is the ice bucket challenge. I hear that stuff is cold. Down in sunny Florida, that must have melted quick. It must have been room temperature by the time you poured it down in Florida, I bet.
Listen, when they did my ice bucket challenge, my son put it a big bucket. He put it in the walk-in and put a cover over it, so it made it nice and cold.
Oh, geez. Oh, and we've got one more question. Billy, all the way from Baltimore, Maryland, wrote, the Little League World Series has started, and there'll be a 13-year-old girl, Moni Davis, pitching for the team from Philadelphia. Do you think the Orioles ought to be scouting female pitchers?
I don't know, but the way she looks, show me the money, they said. And she is pitching 2 shutouts, and I tell you what, very impressive. And, you see women that are nowadays that can compete with men on almost any level, track, swimming, They can do it all. I mean, I tell you what, when you see this girl, she throws about 70 miles an hour, and she throws it on the black, and to lead those kids with 2 hit shutouts, that's very impressive.
Jeez, that reminds me of my ex-wife. She used to throw stuff at me at 70 miles per hour. Believe that or not.
You didn't know that.
Oh, shit! They should have scouted her for the Orioles. Let me tell you, the Stallion. Let me ask you, how are we looking? How is this whole event going to play out? How are we looking?
What are you talking about? The Ravens or the Orioles?
Oh, let's finishing up on the Orioles. We're getting down to the wire here. Well, we're getting down to the wire. Still got a month to go. We're still in the hunt for the best record of baseball. But I'll tell you one thing: with all the moves that Oakland made and Detroit made, they've gone downhill since they've made those moves. Anaheim's in first place, or basically in first place. Kansas City's won 20 out of 25. They got some good pitching, and they're hitting the ball. So I tell you, it's going to be a run down to the wire. And I like to see Oakland and Detroit in that wild card. Let's see who they pitch in their first game. That would be a nice one. That would be great. I'm more than excited. It is the next month is crucial, and it is going to prove to be one heck of a World Series once we get it there, and once we get to the playoffs. I'm excited. Barry, I can't thank you enough for your wisdom for coming on the program. Any closing thoughts?
Yeah, I got a closing thought. I just want to remember one thing. If you stick to the program, when I start giving you these picks, I will take you all to the promised land. I guarantee.
There it is. Barry the Stallion Streib. Barry, thank you so much. As always, a pleasure to have you on the program. Until next week, we'll be checking in with you. I make sure to stay warm, stay safe, and we'll all be sticking to the program, baby.
Hey, straight those 49ers out, will you? Confuse me.
Baby, I'm working on it. I'm trying as hard as I can. I appreciate it, Barry. Take care, baby. I'll talk to you soon. You got it. Barry the Stallion Streib.